binary. Thank you for that, Zoom. All right, what you need to trade in binary, it's a very few steps. All right, you don't need a lot. It's not going to be a long call. It's going to be a very short call, and then we're going to get on 9 o'clock. We're going to go over our educational session, whatever questions you have, and then I might give you guys some trade ideas that you guys gonna keep, like I told y'all, between 10 and 11. And normally we put out some trade ideas there for you guys in the Telegram chat, so that you guys can capitalize on that for those of the one that can make these sessions that I do. Okay, and just so you guys know, my trading session is going to be 8 a.m. Monday through Thursday. I don't trade on Fridays. My trading session is going to be at 8 a.m. New York, pre-New York, before 9:30 open. All right. I'll update the new schedule. Once I'm ready for the schedule, I'll update that for you guys. All right. So as my newbies, you guys have any question, here is the place to ask them. I'll answer them. All right. There shouldn't be a long call. It should be anywhere between 20 to 30 minutes. Depends on the question that you guys have. All right. Please ask questions. Nothing is wrong with asking a question. All right. Just, I just hate to say it. I just want you guys to show up to the education session and ask those questions, not during a trading call. All right. So first thing first. All right. Binary checklist. For those of you that's new, all right, let me get a 1 in the chat. Let me get a fire emoji, whatever your favorite number is. All right. For the new guys, for the newbies, let me know if you guys are brand new. Let me know if you guys have no idea how to trade binary options, RFX, or you guys are, you guys are excited about it, but you're still lost. You're still confused as to what broker to use, how to set up trading view, how to set up an alert, how to take the trade, how to execute them. Do you need an MT4? Do you need MT5? Do you need, what broker do I need? All right. What is a rollover option? What is a double up option? Well, how much do I risk based on my account size? Those are questions that you guys should be asking. However, if you guys don't ask them, then I will know exactly, what to answer for you guys. All right. Like I said, I don't want to keep the call too long. It's going to be between 20, 30 minutes, and then I'll be back here at 9 o'clock with the real educational session. We're going to get on. We're going to go over the charts. We're going to go over some markup that we did earlier and so forth. Make sense? If everyone is good with that, makes sense, then hey, very good. Okay. Now, first thing first, as you guys know, for some of you guys, myself, Chris, and then we have Javed. There's 3 RFX educator within the RFX community. All right, we trade different times. As you guys know, the schedule that we have, my schedule will change. Like I said, it's gonna be from it's gonna be anyway to set a default time for. Okay, I'll get to that in a few for you, Roman. Okay, Ramita, I'll get in that for a few with you. Okay, now you guys know Javed is gonna be start trading on Wednesdays. Chris does London session at 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, okay? Eastern Standard Time. I think Javed is going to be on at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard. Every time I'm going to give you guys Eastern Standard, so you guys could use it to wherever time zone you are and make sure it corresponds with the time that you're going to be trading. All right, and my trading session is going to be at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then we have our 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys going to have a schedule that's going to reflect on that? You guys are going to have a schedule next week for that, okay? We're going to have that set up. You guys are going to have that ready, so you guys will know what educators is on. Now, please bear in mind that every educators trade differently. All right, phenomenal educators that, everyone's strategy is different. All right, nothing is wrong with trading with none of the educators. Should you hop on all the session? Absolutely. All right, now if you know that you want to learn a certain style, I suggest that you learn that certain style before you jump into another style, because you don't want to jump from one strategy to another. You confuse yourself. And once you confuse yourself, you have a information overflow, and you can't able to implement that. Because let's say, for instance, my strategy say, okay, I will normally teach to sell at a certain point, but then I have another, you have, let's say, for instance, Chris said, okay, we sell here, and you say, okay, what do I do? This educator say X, Y, and Z, and that educator say X, Y, and Z. All right, maybe I'm seeing something different. Chris is seeing something different. All right, so you want to focus on, you want to focus on small step at a time. You don't want to jump from, from level 1 to level 5. Okay. Now, secondly, when it comes to broker, all right, there's multiple brokers out there within the binary market, just like how we have MT4, MT5, for instance, for the Forex pair. For the Forex side, we got Hugo's Way, you got RFX, you have a whole bunch of brokers that's out there. Same thing with binary. Okay, when it comes to binary, you have brokers like Race Option. Okay, you have IQ Sense Setup, you have Vite Forex, you have Binary Cent, you have Smarty Trade, you have Platinum Options, you also have Quotex, and you have Pocket Option. Now, I want you guys to understand this: when you're trading with Quotex and Pocket Options, you don't have the option of rolling over a trade if you want to. Now, majority of my trades and Chris's trade, well, not majority, but based on our strategy that we have, it entails, if we do like the setup, we say, okay, we stick to a 1 rollover rule that we have. Okay, some educators trade without a rollover, and nothing is wrong with that. That's based on the strategy that they know that they see what the market is going to do. Okay, now Cortex and Pocket Options, they have something that's called OTC. Is anyone familiar with OTC? If you guys are familiar with OTC, it means that you're trading against another trader. You're not trading with the market. Therefore, the price that you see that, let's say, for instance, I'm looking at Euro USD right now, and I say, guys, all right, we're looking to sell Euro USD at, okay, let's use OddCAD. I'm looking to sell OddCAD at 0.89069. All right, but then on your broker, let's say, for instance, you're using Cortex, and you go to OddCAD, it will tell you, okay, price is at 0.89, 0.99. All right, that's a big difference. It's a big gap. Because remember, when you trade in binary, you could take a lesson on a trade and it could cost you a lot of capital, or you could win a trade and it could make you a lot of capital just by one tick. All right, just by one tick. So you have to be very, very careful when you trade it. All right, you don't want to fall into a category as to where you fall into FOMO. You feel like you're missing out on a trade. All right, and that is why I want you guys to hop on an educational session. I'll show you guys something, what is possible. All right, you guys need to understand that you could reap the benefits from this market, but you need to understand what the market is telling you. All right, the language is speaking, the stuff that it's telling you to do, but you got to show up. All right, you have to show up. It's not going to happen for you if you don't show up. You have to ask questions. You have to ask questions. All right, we all want to be at a different level, but if we don't show up, then how are we going to get there? So I want to see you guys on the educational session. Bring the questions. We're going to answer them. All right, now let's focus back onto the broker. All right, so we have Platinum options, we got Binary Cent, we have Smarty Trade, we have IQ Cent Setup, we have Race Option, and we have i4x. Now, these brokers, they give you the option of rolling over. All right, meaning that now some of you guys might ask, what is a rollover? All right, now I'll break it down. I normally do a trade which is a 3-minute trade, meaning that I'm predicting price either is going to go up for 3 minutes or price is going to stay down for 3 minutes. All right, so let's say, for instance, I'm looking at OddCAD, I'm looking to sell this pair at this number here, right where this arrow is. Right where this arrow is, right here, in this middle line, okay? Look to my right on my screen, is 0.89069. Now I'm looking to sell OddCAD at this level here. Okay, I'm looking to sell OddCAD right here for 3 minutes. Now if price stay down here for 3 minutes, I want to trade with the percentage payout. All right, with the percentage payout, which is 70% or better. If you have a broker and it's paying you out anything below 70%, you shouldn't be in that trade. Like, you should not take that trade. And this is where you have to control your fear of missing out. All right, because it doesn't make sense for you to take a trade that's paying you 20%. And if the market ends up going the opposite way, you risk, let's say you risk 1% of your account. All right. And that 1% of your account is $5. Okay. And you take a lesson, you lost $5. But if you win the trade, you end up winning $5 and but $6. All right. So you need to understand that the percentage payout is what is going to help you grow. All right, if you have any pair that pays out less than 70%, do not take them. All right, now secondly, we are looking at OddCAD, okay? Now let's say we were to have price pushed out of here, this area for 2 minutes of your trade. Okay, you guys will hear myself or Chris say, hey, you know what, we are gonna take a rollover option. Now a rollover option is basically your investment. All right, so let's say you invested on a trade. You invested $1. Okay, you invested $1, and you're doing a rollover option. Now you do a rollover option, it's going to extend the trade for additional 3 minutes. All right, it's going to extend the trade for additional three minutes. However, it's going to take out 30% of what your initial investment is. So let's say your initial investment is $1 and you roll it over, it's going to give you 3 minutes. However, that now you're risking $1.30. Am I making sense? If you guys are still confused or anything, drop it in the comment section so I know that you guys are following, that you guys are on the same page as me. All right, I'll say it again. A rollover option is when you extend a trade. All right, when you extend a trade, and it will take an additional 30% of what your initial investment is. All right, that is why when you guys are trading, I want you guys to follow proper risk management. Risk management is what is going to take you to where you want to be. All right, practice proper risk management, you're going to be golden. You don't practice it, all right, it's going to go south for you. All right, am I making sense? Remember, you don't risk no more than 1% in a trade. All right, no matter the size of your account. Now it comes down, I could tell you guys this, you do not risk 1%, but it also comes down back to you as a trader. All right, I could tell you, I could guide you. If you do it, if you follow it, that's perfect. If you don't, it's not really anything I could do. All right, I could just guide you guys to show you guys what you need to get to that level that you want to be. All right, now that's a rollover option. Now let's talk a little about double ups. All right, now a double up is basically we're looking to sell. Let's say we are looking to sell. I'm gonna use a perfect example right here. Let me clean this chart up right here. Now I want you guys to look at this white line that I have here. Okay, I want you guys to look at this white line that I have here. Not this. Let me take that out. I want you guys to shift your focus on this line here. All right, this line here. We are gonna draw this right there. Okay, and we are going to replay this right there. Okay, we're gonna replay that right there. All right, so real fast. This white line is where it's gonna be our first entry. Okay, we are gonna get in there. We're gonna say, okay, guys, we're looking for a sell on AUD on AutoCAD at 0.89023. Or you might hear us say, myself or Chris, that we're looking for a sell at 0.23. We're focusing on the last 3 digits of the currency pair on TradingView. Sometimes, you know, you look at a trade and you say, okay, guys, okay, sell AutoCAD now. And then, you know, some of you guys that would say, okay, can you please put in the chat? Now, I understand that you guys want to see the entry point, but you guys need to also understand that this is time-based trading. All right, every second count. We miss an entry, we wait for the next setup. All right, that is why sometimes, you know, I tell you guys to go into pair. All right, we're looking at USD. Sell it now. When it means sell it now, you sell now. You do not hesitate. From the time you hesitate, you give yourself a more of a risk of losing that trade. I might clear it, but the fact that you get in late, you are gonna end up taking a lesson on it. All right, so that's why when it comes to a trading session, need everybody to be on point. You guys need to understand that. All right, I'm gonna trade with Sniper, or I'm gonna trade with Chris. All right, I need to see. Okay, I need to know his style. I need to understand his style of trading. What does his style entail of? The entries that he sent out on a Telegram chat, I'm gonna mark it up on my chart. I'm gonna try to look and see if I can see it. Do I expect you guys to learn this overnight? Absolutely not. All right, that is why we all have 24 hours in the day. Use 30 minutes, 15 minutes if you have to. Go through a video here and there and see that, okay, this is what is gonna help me. Am I making sense? All right, I hope I am making sense to you guys, because this is what is going to help you. This, as being new traders, this is what's going to help you understand that, all right, this is how I trade. All right, it doesn't make sense to get frustrated with the market. All right, frustration with the market is going to cost you a lot of capital. All right, we do not get frustrated with the market. We miss an entry, we wait. That is perfectly okay. That is perfectly okay. I'll keep it 100%. I'll keep it 100 with you guys. Chris is going to keep it 100 with you. All right, no sense in revenge trading. No sense in saying, being upset and say, man, I missed a session. What am I gonna do? There's more trading days. All right, you could have an exceptional week. You could have an exceptional day that made up for yesterday. All right, so it doesn't make sense to get frustrated with zero emotionals within the market. All right, so back to what I was saying on AutoCAD, a double up option. Now, double up option, I'm looking to sell AutoCAD right here at 89.023. All right. So let me get over the 1 minute chart real fast. All right, I'm looking at the 1 minute. Price hasn't come back up here as yet. Now I'm looking to sell this pair. So I got up there, boom, price came up here. So price came up right here and I sold it. Now I'm seeing prices pushing up to my second selling point on top, which is 89.051. So I sold at 89.023. Okay, so sold at 89.023. Now price pushed up, and you guys will hear myself or Chris say, okay, you know what? Guys, you could take a double up position on top. A double up position means that you take a second position on the same pair. So let's say you risk $1 on this first entry. Now your double up position is going to be an additional $1 because it's an additional entry that you have on this pair, meaning that you have 2 entries on AutoCAD. You have 1 entry at 023 and you have 1 entry at 051. Now, since the fact that the 023 entry pushed out of profit, you guys gonna hear myself or Chris say, all right, guys, roll over the lower entry, and now the higher up entry is in profit, and then you go back, and since the fact that you roll over the lower entry, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this is your clearing candle right here. So you clear the lower entry with 1 rollover, and you clear your higher up entry with no rollover. All right, so a double up position is you taking an additional entry with an additional risk of what you already risk. So you risk 1%, you double up, you're risking 2%. Am I making sense? Yes, no, maybe, maybe not. Are you guys are following? All right, good. All right, awesome, awesome. All right, so those are basically what you need when trading binary options or RFX. You don't need, you don't need to make it complicated. All right, you look at your charts. All right, you look at your charts. You look at your charts and say, okay, I got X, Y, and Z. All right, I have X, Y, and Z that I have on my chart. I'm looking at odd USD. All right, I'm looking at odd USD. I set odd USD up. I'm looking at Euro USD. I have that set up. As you guys notice, when I get on, I have a bunch of pairs that I have to the right of my screen. All right, these are the pairs that I'll be analyzing. So once you get on your broker, these are the pairs that you should have on your broker. If I'm analyzing 6 pairs, you should have 6 pairs on your broker ready to go. All right. Now, I think Ramita asks, how can we change our fixed time to from 1 minute? Now, the broker did some. I think the broker did some upgrade, and I think you have to have a certain balance within your account for it to stay at 3 minutes. Now, if it doesn't stay at 3 minutes, you have to go on manually every single time, and you have to change it. You have to put 3 minutes, and you have to put the fixed time on. All right. Uh, we don't have control over that. The broker is what does that. Now, once your account reaches a certain balance, which I think, I'm not sure, that is when it's going to stay at 3 minutes. Okay, that is when it's going to stay at 3 minutes. So if your broker is saying at 1 minute from now, you need to go on manually and you need to set it for 3 minutes. All right, you need to set it for 3 minutes and make sure that fixed time is on. If your fixed time is not on, okay, I need you guys to understand this. It is nobody's fault but yours, because like I told you, myself and Chris will tell you, do not rush to get into a trade. Make sure every parameters is set to where you want it to be. Make sure every parameters is set where you want it to be. What my risk is going to be, okay? If it's a 3 minute trade, I understand that there's a 50% chance that I'm going to lose whatever I'm risking, or there's a 50% chance that I'm going to profit of what I am risking. All right, now you also want to be careful with when you are risking on a trade, because you could put, for instance, you're risking $10, but that $10 you put one with 3 zeros, you end up becoming $1,000. All right, so you need to keep an eye on those things. You guys need to keep an eye on those things. Now, with certain brokers, I think Pocket Option, they give you a demo broker, but it doesn't have a rollover option. All right, so if you guys could get a funded account, get the funded account with a broker that has a rollover option, and you could request for a demo account from them, meaning that yes, you have a demo account, but if you do have a demo account, treat that demo account as if it's your real account, because you do not want to learn bad habits with a demo account and bring that into live trading, because live trading is where the real deal is. Demo account, you could have $100,000 demo account and you could put $30,000 on a trade. But on a real account, and this is where your mindset comes in, and this is what we teach us. So this is where what I say, you guys need to get on these educational sessions. You guys need to ask questions. I know a lot of people want to trade. Nothing is wrong with trading. All right, nothing, absolutely. Everybody want to get on the session, get some trades in, get the profit done for the day, and we're good. But if we don't understand the trades that we're taking, we are going to be in the close loss. All right, that is why, again, I don't think I stressed it too much, that you guys need to be on the educational session. You guys need to ask questions. All right, live trading session, you guys need to hop on. That's where, it goes down. You guys get to understand the style of our trading. I think there's a few students that we had that start off, and now, they understand what the market is telling us, because I could be here analyzing the market and they're looking at the charts and they already say, okay, you know what? I'm looking at the charts. I see what I see. I see there's a selling point. I'm going to sell there. I see a buying point. I'm going to buy it, because they show up, they back test them, they'll learn it. All right. So that's all what you need when it comes to binary trading. What your investment is going to be. Now, you need to understand there's 50% I could win it. There's 50% I could lose it. All right. Do not risk what you're not willing to lose when it comes to trading. All right, guys, remember, it's not a casino. There's no gambling. There's no revenge trading. All right, today could be a bad day. The rest of the week could be phenomenal. But guess what? You miss the rest of the week because you have leverage and you blow your account. And you didn't have a chance to see what you could do because you do not want to lose. All right, so that is what I want you guys to understand. For new traders, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be awesome. You guys have nothing to worry about. Myself, Chris, and we have Anjavidis here. We guys gonna make sure that you guys are good. But remember, I'm gonna say this again. Every trader trades differently. All right, every trader trades differently. If you think you could learn all the strategies at once, go for it. But for new traders, I was once there, Chris was once there, and he'll tell you that it could have you jumping from place to place, and it's not something that you want to do. All right. So that being said, let me get some questions now, guys. Let me get some questions for y'all. Talk to me.